Most people think being a genius in anime is just about knowing things other people don't. But there's a massive difference between a character who is written to be smart and a character who actually is. Today, we're exposing the gap between the two most polarizing examples of the archetype. Satoru Gojo, a man whose genius dictates the world, and Ayanokoji, a character whose genius often feels like narrative slop. To find out why one is a blueprint and the other is a fraud, we have to look past the internal monologues and look at the actual results. Let's start with the gold standard. Gojo Satoru is the definitive intuitive genius. His intelligence isn't a personality trait, it's a biological necessity. Because of the 6 eyes, his brain processes information at a quantum level, making time practically stand still. When Gojo fights, he isn't running complex formulas. He is experiencing the structural flaws of reality in real time. This is intelligence as a reflex. He doesn't need the story to make his opponents look stupid, to make him look smart. In his fight against Jogo, he wasn't just winning. He was demonstrating the fundamental physics of his world. He could explain his technique while simultaneously executing it, because to him, the most complex sorcery is as simple as breathing. But a true genius isn't just someone who wins, it's someone whose mind has weight. Gojo's intelligence carries a real heavy burden. When you see everything, you realize exactly how much you can't actually save. His failure to prevent the tragedy of the hidden inventory arc proves his genius has stakes. He was smart enough to be a god, but not smart enough to save his only best friend from a downward spiral. That is a genius failure that feels earned. It's real, it's flawed, and it has consequences. Gojo's mind is a lighthouse, but even the brightest light can't stop the storm. Then we have Ayanokoji. On paper, he's a systematic genius, manufactured in the White Room to be a human supercomputer. But here is where the fraud energy starts to creep in. Ayanokoji's genius isn't based on magic. It's based on the author making everyone else in the room an absolute idiot. This is the self-insert trap. In Classroom of the Elite, Ayanokoji doesn't win through superior logic. He wins because the plot grants him a solution to every problem before the audience even knows a problem exists. He treats people as variables, but when those variables never push back, it isn't social engineering. It's just plot armor hidden behind a monotone voice. Take the island exam or the paper shuffle. Ayanokoji's masterstrokes often rely on the fact that his opponents, who are supposedly the elite of the elite, suddenly lose all common sense the moment he enters the room. This is the hallmark of a fraud archetype. If you have to nerf the entire world just to make your protagonist look genius, then your protagonist isn't actually smart. The writing is just lazy. While Gojo's genius is tested by his own arrogance and the unpredictable nature of cursed spirits, Ayanokoji is never truly threatened. He exists in a controlled environment where the outcome is decided before the first move is made. He's designed to look cool for a specific audience, but without real stakes or the possibility of a genuine loss, his genius feels hollow. The biggest indicator of the fraud status is the lack of growth. Ayanokoji starts perfect and stays perfect. There is no evolution of thought, only the revealing of more hidden layers that were conveniently there the whole time. Compare this to Gojo's evolution. We see him learn to automate his infinity. We see him struggle to master the red and blue techniques. We see him fail, learn, and then ascend. That is the journey of a mind reaching its peak. Ayanokoji doesn't have a peak, he just has a script. The final difference is impact. Gojo's existence shifted the entire power balance of his world. He is a pillar that the story revolves around, and his absence causes immediate, catastrophic chaos. The villain's entire strategy for years wasn't to outsmart Gojo in a fair fight, because they knew they couldn't. It was to remove him from the board entirely. That is the ultimate respect for a genius mind. Ayanokoji's genius, by contrast, is internal and conveniently hidden. He wants to remain a ghost, pulling strings from the back of the room, but those strings are tied to characters who were written to lose from the start. One seeks to revolutionize the future. The other just wants to look smart in a classroom. You can call them both geniuses if you want, but in terms of narrative weight, Gojo's intelligence creates a legend. Ayanokoji's intelligence creates a monologue. One is a masterclass in how to write a character who is truly above everyone else. The other is a case study in narrative slop. And in the world of the genius archetype, results don't matter if they aren't earned. If the game is rigged in